Welcome in, guys, to the announcements here. We got some big announcements to be made by none other than the Ram, the owner and founder of TPW. I'm going to give you the floor, Ram, to talk about your announcements. Oh, thanks, Pepperjack, for sure. That's a lot of things to get on the floor here. First, we want to start with our picks for the C. Brown Memorial Battle Royal as well as the Shibata Trophy Tournament to you guys to have a heads up on who's going to be in which matches. So far we have the C. Brown Memorial Battle Royal. The chosen's picks for those are Chris, the away show champion, Francois, and Leonardo the artist. Both of the Rizzlers will be in that match as well. Preston Perseus, the new talent champion, the king and chosen one, will be all in the Memorial Battle Royal this year. The ones in the Shibata Trophy Tournament, there will be two four-way matches, fatal four-way matches to determine the last two picks to face each other for the trophy. So the two fatal four-way matches selected are Mr. USA, Jerry Goodman, Eligua, and Daniel Brown. LJ, Hector, Andy Sandy, and Mr. Classic will all be in those matches for the Shibata Trophy. Now, the winners of the Shibata Trophy, for those of you who don't know, will be able to use that trophy at any major pay-per-view of their choosing throughout the year. They do have to let the superstar know ahead of time they're going to be doing it. Obviously, they pick the pay-per-view, that's how they know. So it's not like a money in the bank per se. You can use any time, any place, anywhere. It's pretty much a heads up with the trophy to get a shot at either the mid-carder title or the main championship. And that has elevated many superstars' careers, such as Shibata, who won the first Shibata Trophy tournament, who is now the face of this company. So it's a lot to be won, as well as Turner Typhoon won this past year his trophy tournament, and he won the mid-carder title. So huge announcements there. We know moving forward, we have obviously again, we already made those announcements for the main event of the TPW on Fire pay-per-view, so we don't need to talk about those. The new talent Proving Grounds pay-per-view will be interesting. Will be the Thrill Seekers and the Fitness team facing each other in a tag match for those titles. So far, it will be Max and Sydney for the new talent title for the women's side. But a lot of good things to happen moving forward with that. And now we move on to another questionable question, and that is, we know Great Khali was the assailant who was taking out all the tag teams backstage. He revealed himself last week. But now we have Semrod, who debuted tonight, later on this week, in the home show. And we don't know what his involvement is with Great Khali, but they are a tag team. He said they are retribution. So they are seeking retribution in some way. I don't know what their tag team is about and why he's here, but his information is basic. Obviously, it's involving, him being here. We don't have a lot of information on him. We just know he's from the same place as Shibata, and we know that he is friends with Great Khali. That's why he's in this company and wants to be a team with him. That's all we know so far. We don't know where he came from, what training grounds he came from, but we'll get in more of that information as time moves on. But there's that. Obviously, we'll get into the draft picks that were chosen in the TPW roulette draft picks. So we'll get into that right now. The draft picks for this year are obviously Davis and Deshaun. They got moved back to the home show. The Rizzlers are back on the home show for that. And we also have, I believe, another new superstar here. We have Shira, who moved from the away show to the home show. That's a huge acquisition for the home show as well. And Sydney from the New Talent show has been drafted to the home show, so that'll be interesting to see if she's able to keep her New Talent title or loses it to Max coming up in the New Talent pay-per-view. Coming up more with that. I believe those are all the new draft picks. Other than Tyler Cool as well. Obviously, we found that out when he was back on the home show earlier this week. So now we move to the away show to see who were the draft picks. And it was obviously let's see here through these picks. Okay, so we don't have a lot of new superstars on the away show, so there's no draft picks on the away show from what we see. The New Talent show definitely has changed the landscape. The All-Star has been drafted to the New Talent show. That's a huge change for All-Star. And then we have also, I think, a couple more people. Dan and Rick, obviously the Rockers, have been drafted to the New Talent show as well. Jerry Goodman, one of our top superstars on the home show, have been drafted to the New Talent show as well. And I believe Lady Death was also added. I'm not too sure. And obviously the debut of Leg Wacho as a new superstar here on the New Talent show. Let's see. Oh, as well, Rachel the Razor has been drafted to the New Talent show. That is going to be interesting to see how she changes the landscape on the New Talent show as well. And I believe that's it. So all of those are the draft picks for each brand. It's going to be shaking things up for sure on the show side of things. So we move on with that, but those are the set announcements for today. Those are the major announcements, the draft picks, also the new matches added to the pay-per-views, as well as the picks for the Shibata Trophy and the Sebra Memorial Battle Royal. But thank you for tuning in again for a amazing week of action here in TPW as well. And we'll catch you later, guys, for another week of action and moving more towards the TPW On Fire pay-per-view, which will always be live in New York City, where TPW was born.